Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. I'm T of Crumpus Tea and Sewing here on YouTube as well as on Instagram. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the McCall's M8066, which is a beautiful pattern that has 4 different variations of a skirt. In this pattern envelope, you will get view A, which is a pattern that has a skirt, and then you have a ruffle on the bottom. View B is the same. The only difference between view A and view B is I believe it's showing different color blocking options. Then view C, you have actually you have 2 tiers on the bottom, and that is the version that I did. And then view D is a version that just has a really long skirt. There's no tiers or ruffles or anything like that. So I decided to go with view C after seeing Crystal of Crystal Sews and Stuff version that she made. I believe she made this last year, and she made a denim version, and she did color blocking with her denim version. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful skirt. If I get permission from Crystal, I'll go ahead and put her version here. And I really loved it. I love what she did with the color blocking, and I love the skirt. I love how she styled it with the open toe shoes and then also her top. And it just looked really, really well put together. And I was just like really amazed at this this look that she created, and I wanted to make a skirt with that pattern as well. I didn't do any color blocking with my pattern or with my skirt. However, I was able to get and achieve a really nice skirt with this pattern. Now, the fabric that I chose for this project, it is sponsored by Minerva. So I am a Minerva ambassador for those of you who are tuning in for the first time. And so basically Minerva sponsored me fabrics, and in turn I create a blog post reviewing the fabric and then also a vlog as well. So in today's video, you'll see the sponsored fabric, and it is a beautiful aqua fabric, and it has red floral details going throughout the skirt. It's such a beautiful fabric. When I first saw this fabric, I thought it would be really great to make a Valentine's skirt or dress. And I just want to thank Minerva for sponsoring me this fabric. Now, the fabric that I was sponsored, the amount in terms of yardage was 4 yards, and that's I believe it's 3.66 meters, but it's 4 yards of fabric. So this particular view C, it calls for so I made a size medium, which is a size 12 to 14, and on a 45-inch wide fabric, because that's how wide my fabric was. On a 45-inch wide fabric, it was 1 yard for the main skirt part of it. And then for the contrast 1C, it's 1 1/4 yards. And then for the second contrast piece, it was 1 7/8 yards. So basically it's saying for those 2 tier pieces, which you could color block and make as a contrast, you're going to need 3 yards of fabric. And then for your main skirt, you're going to need another yard of fabric. So I'm really glad that I did get the 4 yards of fabric, because I had a little less than a half of a yard left on for this fabric. So you really do need a lot of fabric for this skirt. It's very full and very voluminous, and the tier pieces, they're very long in width, and you're gathering in a lot of skirt there. So you will need about 3.5 to 4 yards of fabric if you're working with the 45-inch wide fabric. You will need a little less than that, maybe 3.5 yards of fabric to 3 1/4 yards of fabric if you're working with a 60-inch wide fabric. So keep that in mind. The fabric suggestions for this pattern are cotton blends, lawn, chambray, and polished cottons. The fabric that I have is a cotton poplin, and so it's right in that category there. The pattern comes with 7 pieces. However, it just depends on which view that you make. For view D, like I said, with the very long maxi dress, you have no tiers or anything like that. You're just working with the front and the back, and then also your waistbands. So I believe that that's a total of 3 to 4 pieces for that view. For the view that I chose for view C, you have your middle tier piece, your lower tier piece, your skirt front and back, which I believe is on one pattern piece, and then your front waistband and your back waistband. So you're working with 5 pieces for that skirt. It's not a complicated pattern. It's very easy to sew up. However, like I said, because you're working with very long pieces, it takes quite a bit of time to actually gather those pieces in. Other than that, though, it's very simple and easy to put together. The waistband, the front piece of the waistband is flat and the back is elasticated. So you all know I love a front flat waistband because it just looks more professional. You do have gathers that's underneath that waistband as well, which I think is really nice. And then you can see the gathers in the second and third tier as well. So it's a really fun and easy skirt to make. And I highly recommend it to those of you who are advanced beginners or intermediate sewists because it's a really simple make and it is very, very cute to wear in my opinion. So that's basically all that I have done with that. In terms of the top that I'm wearing with it, it's just a red top. So this pattern is a level 1 learn to sew. So like I said, it's definitely going to be for your advanced beginners. I wouldn't say I would recommend this to beginners just yet, just because there's a lot of gathering going on and you could get quite overwhelmed, especially if this is your very first project. I always feel like gathers are one of those things that can overwhelm someone, just simply because it takes a lot of time to add those tiers to one another to like the skirt, and it can be quite overwhelming sometimes. But I would definitely say that this is for your advanced beginners and it's a really simple, easy pattern to sew up. Now the pattern also calls for a 3/4 yard of a 1 inch wide elastic, and that elastic is going to go in the back for your elasticated back, like I said, and that's your closure. I do see myself making this pattern again, and like I said, I do recommend it. It was very easy to sew and very you know, just very easy to get through. The only thing that I would say watch out for is for they have little dots on your pattern pieces that indicates where you're going to put your tiers, like how you're going to put your tiers and align them to the skirt, and also how you're going to align the lower tier to the middle tier. Make sure you pay attention to those dots. So I don't think they have notches, but they have little dots. Make sure you put those dots on your fabric because that's going to make it easier for you to be able to put those tiers together and to gather your fabric in, and to make sure that your tiers are nice and even. Or the gathers, sorry, make sure that your gathers are nice and even throughout the skirt. That's the only thing that I would caution you on in regards to that. The pattern comes in sizes extra small to medium. So that's one envelope. That's envelope Y. You're going to get your extra small to your medium. And then in the second envelope, you get your large to your 2XL. And those sizes are on the lower end. For the size extra small is a 4 to 6, which is a European size 30 to 32, going up to your extra large. I'm sorry, your 2XL, which is your size. It's 24 to 26, which is 50 to 52 in inches. So I'll make sure that I put the information about sizes here so you're not confused by what I'm saying. So yeah, it's a very like I said, relatively easy pattern. I enjoyed sewing it, and I definitely would recommend this pattern. I hope you all had a fun experience today listening to this pattern review. If you made this pattern before and you had a positive experience, please let me know in the comment section below. If you made this pattern and you didn't have a positive experience, you can share those thoughts as well. Please chime in below. Let me know what you think of this new make and the pattern as well. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. I hope you all have a happy and blessed sewing week. And until next time, stay creative. Bye.